Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Joey Knight Jr. here, back once again with another weekly purchase video, and today is going to be a pretty neat one, little shout out. So I want to shout out fellow Major Mark, Major Wrestling Figure Podcast Facebook group. I want to shout out Joey Cummins for coming through with me. I believe the store was called McKay's out there in Tennessee. So, as I've discussed previously, trying to go through, get all the, well, not all, but like a great majority of WWE pay-per-view, DVDs, VHSs, whatever. And we knocked out he helped me knock out a good chunk with this. I was supposed to get a lot more though, unfortunately. Because someone decided to take all the discs out of these cases and, just take them. Which that kind of puzzles me. Like, I know, like, they make the booklets and everything that have, like, the little sleeves for DVDs, but, like, I'd much rather have this, man. It just looks like, I'll admit, I had DVD booklet, like, bookcases and everything else at one time, but as I've learned, as I've matured, as I've grown, this right here just looks so much better. So I don't know why you would just want a plain old DVD. But, anyway. But, yeah. So we're going to go through with this. He helped me knock a lot of pay-per-views I needed, especially mainly for like the big four. Like I said, a lot of the other DVDs I was supposed to get were SummerSlam ones. Whatever person, stole, all those discs that I was supposed to get. He or she, whoever they are, they cleaned out the SummerSlam section. I will say that. But enough of that. We're going to get through this list of DVDs. And I want to say this too. I mean, I've taken, them off out of whatever packaging or whatever, so that way I could scan the disc and everything else, make sure they're cool. Some of these were still in the original seal. Like, okay, well, you wouldn't be able to see the price on this one, but this one stood out to me. We'll skip one ahead. But like SummerSlam 2009, it was still in the original seal because, you got that right there. I'm the one that split it down the middle. I opened it. But yeah, it was still in its original seal, and it was only $3.95. Like, I didn't check eBay or any of this before the video. Maybe I'll check it afterwards, or maybe you in the comments below, maybe you're checking eBay right now just to, curiosity. But imagine a SummerSlam 2009 DVD in the original seal. I guarantee you it ain't going to be $3.95. So, shout out McKay's. But yeah, let's get through this real quick. We got Royal Rumble 2009 right there. There's the awesome cover art on the front. And then there's the back right there. I remember this being one of the pay-per-views I got as a kid. My parents ordered for me. Rumbles and Manias were the definite, I am going to beg to, get this one every single year. I'm going to beg to watch the Royal Rumble. I'm going to beg to watch WrestleMania. That's how it was for me. SummerSlam Survivor Series, kind of like, depending on how, cheeky I was feeling throughout that year, maybe I'd ask for, maybe I'd beg for a SummerSlam or Survivor Series. But Rumble and Mania for sure. But speaking of SummerSlam, you already see it. And I know, depending on how cheeky, 2009, I was feeling pretty cheeky. Because this is another one my parents ordered for me back in the day. SummerSlam 2009, just an awesome pay-per-view. This cover art is incredible. Playing off the LA theme. There's the back right there. And now moving forward, we're now getting into the WWE Network era. Got Royal Rumble 2015, the ever controversial Royal Rumble 2015 pay-per-view. I'll say it. Overall, as like a Rumble match, I didn't think it was it wasn't great. It wasn't amazing, but it doesn't deserve to be dogged on like everyone dogs on it. Like it doesn't deserve that. It was a fine Rumble. It was a good Rumble. Say what you will about the result and everything else, but it doesn't deserve to be dogged on the way it was. But sticking with 2015, we got Money in the Bank right here. Dean Ambrose on the cover. And then we got the back right there. Sheamus, Mr. Money in the Bank that year. Still needs that Intercontinental title as of this recording. Mr. Sheamus. He still needs that Intercontinental title. I'm just saying, just putting that out there. Next up, we got Royal Rumble 2018, the very first ever Women's Royal Rumble. There's the cover art on the front, and then there's the back right there. Amazing pay-per-view this was. Backtracking from 2015, how overwhelming negatively people look at 2015, overwhelming positive on 2018. Not just for the Women's Rumble, because the Women's Rumble was awesome, but the 2018 Men's Rumble as well. Just first time ever doing 2 Rumbles like that on a show, and both of them to be all-timers. Oh, they nailed it out of the park in 2018. And now, speaking of Royal Rumbles, we got the very next year, 2019 right there. Lesnar and Becky Lynch taking main focus on the cover. And then we got the back portion right there. Excellent, excellent stuff. Continuing on with 2019, speaking of Becky Lynch, double champ. Her face kind of getting covered by that sticker right there. We'll get rid of the stickers later. But Becky Lynch on the cover right there with both Raw and SmackDown Women's titles. And then we got the back right there. Now, skipping forward a couple years, we're going into SummerSlam 2021. John Cena and Roman Reigns taking main focus on the cover. And then we got a bunch of the other major players from that show right there under them. And then we got the back right there. Something interesting I've been wondering, maybe someone in the comments can help me, because like you'll see on the spine right there, you know, if it'll come into focus, but it says WB, you know, Warner Brothers. And I know, hold on, does yeah, like even 2018 has it. Like I have to like look and see like how far back that goes. So, but like obviously Warner Brothers is, I'm assuming, distributing the DVDs, obviously, since it's their logo on the spine of the cases. How did that, I don't know, I'm just confused because, like, you know, obviously AEW, Warner Brothers, TNT, TBS, all that other stuff. I'm just wondering, like, how, like, with, like, since it's DVDs, like, it's not a conflict of interest. I don't know. Just me in my head just thinking, like, wait a minute. Anyway, that's just random thoughts with Joey Knight Jr. Next up, we got Royal Rumble 2022, just chaos all around with this cover. And then we got the back right there, you know, little puncturing with the paper on the back, but that's all right. As long as the DVD still works, which from what I checked out when I opened it and looked at it, it looks like it'd be fine. And then next up, I do believe this is the first one on the main roster. I know NXT did plenty of them beforehand, but Survivor Series War Games. As you see, we got the Bloodline right there on the front, and then we got the cover art on the back. First ever men's and women's War Games on the main roster, I do believe, was this Survivor Series, because the year before was Roman and Big E in the champion versus champion thing, 2021. So yeah, this would have been 2022, first year that they did War Games on the main roster. So definitely notable show right there. And then ending it, speaking of Bloodline, the Bloodline Civil War. Roman and Solo versus the Usos, Money in the Bank 2023. And then we got the art on the back. So excellent haul. Definitely took out a nice chunk of the DVDs I needed for my little project I'm working on. So, special shout out, like I said, to Joey Cummings, Major Wrestling Figure Podcast Facebook group, but also Joey Cummings folks. They recently opened up a shop in Clinton, Tennessee. Tag Team Collectibles. I will link all the social medias I can find in the description below. Shout them out. You know, anytime. I'm a big person on trying to support small businesses when and where I can. You know, even when I'm going through eBay, I try to buy, like, if, you know, the seller on there, if it says something like, you know, like if I could tell, like, from, you know, the logo or the name on it, that's a small business, it's a collectible shop, I try to prioritize buying from them. I try to, you know, right now when I'm going to go through my back issues of comics, I'm going to try to start buying DC and Marvel comics. I'm going to go to my local shop here in the town I live. So please, if you're in the Clinton, Tennessee area, or if you're traveling through Tennessee, traveling through Knoxville, gonna go see, Tennessee play this upcoming college football season, take that little drive and go see his folks at Tag Team Collectibles. I will link everything in the description below. Just a little shout out I want to give to them, since Joey was so cool to take time out of his schedule and hook me up with those DVDs, send them my way. I just really appreciate it. I appreciate if you would go support them. Just like I'll also appreciate if you would like the video, comment on the video, share the video, but most importantly of all, subscribe to Joey Knight Jr. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.